welcome to the channel. Hope you have a fantastic day. Today we're talking about a stock called EDU. That's a Chinese stock, and the sector name is New Oriental Education and Technology. And the stock, it's actually I was looking at the stock, and the stock was doing something weird today, and I'll show you guys what I mean by stock is behaving a little weird. However, there's some news came out there's a catalyst out there now for the stock that on April 26th they'll be producing their third quarter earnings on April 26, 2022. Now, just keep an eye out on that date. You will see a lot of movement on the stock before 26. A lot of people tend to short stocks before the earnings, just so they could rebuy it and when it drops and then sell it in the market. So let's talk about the company itself. And before I get into the full technical, and I'm going to talk about the chart as well, cover a different aspect of where the stock is right now, where we potentially could see the stock to go. Before I get into all of that, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I release video every day, and the objective here is to find information early on that we could use to put ourselves in a better position. So market cap of the company is 20.33 billion. On an average, the shares that are traded as 29 million, but today they only traded about 5 million. Balance sheet looks pretty insane for the stock. Everything is times 1,000. So if you see, for example, 10 million, you times that by 1,000, so it becomes 10 billion. So it's 10 billion, 151 million, 53,000. Their total assets, and the liability they have is about 5 billion, and they're netting it about the owner's equity is about 5 billion. So which is very good in terms of the trading whatever they're trading from last year. So as far as the cash flow is concerned, cash flow is how much money a company has in its hands. Operations is successful for them right now. They have about 1.1 it's actually 1.1 billion. As we said, we got to times it with 1,000. Their investing cash flow is negative 2.17 billion, which means that investing is like whatever expenses they're paying, and they have raised about 1.6 billion on financing like different stocks that issued and warrants and things like that. So they raised about 1.6 billion. Now, with that being said, their end position, the cash they have from all this net is about 1.6 billion, and the free cash flow is a cash flow that is not used for any expenses. It's something that is just there. The company has it. It's about 693 million. Now, as far as the short interest is concerned, the stock has about 6.74% and about 2.61 days to cover the short interest that is currently floating right now, which is not a lot of number here. Like there's not a lot of betting against the stock that the stock is going to go down. As far as the institutional holdings is concerned, I wasn't able to find the number on NASDAQ. I was able to find it on Yahoo, where it says 58.35%, and it gives you some breakdown of what these big companies are owning. Like, for example, Morgan Stanley has 101 million shares, and they sold about 46 million, and BlackRock and so on and so forth. And this is the whole list that they have these stocks, right? So there's a lot of institutional holdings as well. As far as the stock is currently, the stock is going through sort of a consolidation phase. Now, because there's a catalyst out there that on 26 they'll be releasing their earnings call. They're gonna have an earnings call. You could probably start seeing some movement on the stock. So again, at this point there's not much to go on to it. Like, I don't see this potential at this point. Get into it right away or something like that. As far as the support is concerned, I have a support at $8.40. That's the lowest it got. And if it drops down, it's going to drop down to that position. But if it goes higher, it could potentially go to $24.71. This is the two resistance I have. But other than that, like you see right here, it had gone up to $65 in July. So if it crosses this mark, and then there is nothing here, there's no limit here that is going to kick in. Is potentially could go back to $65. However, that would be something to see. As far as what I said earlier, like what I found funny about the stock is, now when I go to the 30-minute chart, that's a very bizarre, odd thing I've noticed here. Okay, it shows me the stock was $1.18. Okay, $1.09 for example today, and it was yesterday. Today the stock grew 830%. Okay, and some odd reason it's saying that it went from $1, from 4.7 to 4.8. stock went 830% higher. But when I go to the daily chart, it's just a whole new story, right? It just tells me that yeah, stock has been there. It's not like something new. So that was very odd. And when I was looking at a 5-minute, 30-minute chart, I was blown away by it. I was like, how's that possible? Because when I go to yahoo.com or any, Market Watch, things like that, they weren't saying that the stock grew 830%. But then it's just very weird. Again, look, this is another concern I had. Like, the stock is acting funny on this Webull that I'm using. So I would definitely, just keep it on the watch list before the earnings call, see if there's a potential. I'm going to see maybe I'll make another video if needed, but I'm going to definitely add it to my watch list because, look, at the end of the day, earnings calls for any stock is usually, if you play it right, it becomes a money grabber. And again, none of this is a financial advice. Again, this is just for the purpose of education only. I want to be able to put this information out there so whoever is looking into it, at least they could get a head start as to where to see and where to at least start from. So this is my objective here, is to help you guys and recommend my family and friends information they could start building on and be able to make a better decision. So again, one thing, as I reiterate this, I found this very weird that the chart would have something at $1 and then it's telling me that it grew 830%. However, when I go to daily chart, it's saying that the consolidation is going on the stock. So something very odd. I've never seen that before. But anyway, so dark pools are also real, but I don't think that's anything to do with that. But just keep an eye out on the stock. As I said, the catalyst looks strong, and just keep an eye out. And I'll be making more videos. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I'll be making more videos on different stocks. I have made videos previous stocks. I've covered VN stock at the time when it was 28 cents. The stock right after that grew to 75, 76 cents, and I was able to make money on that as well. I made a video about that. So I've been covering all different stocks that potentially could come up, but again, none of this will be a financial advice, and everything is going to be just facts to give you, and you'll be able to make your own decision. So thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you next video.